It is not every day that you find a game so full of love it nearly smacks you with it. But a little over a year ago, I found one. Fields of Mistria, a new installment into the ever-growing farming game genre, often compared to large titles like Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. But if you ask me, Fields of Mistria is something very, very special. And I didn't even know that when I started the journey to play a year in this game. A journey that was as simple as that. No goals, no direction, only the need to explore this new game and see what all the hubbub was about. And boy, did I see. The start of my year-long journey in Fields of Mistria started with a cutscene, and from then, I knew I wasn't making it out of this without the world's biggest obsession. Oh! Wait. Like most farming simulators, there needed to be a reason why this small town suddenly needed a random new person infiltrating their quaint lifestyle. Well, in Mistria, the need for a new idiot coming to town was because of a catastrophic earthquake that wreaked havoc on the land. If only we could attract new villagers to move here. I sense my entrance! Because of this planned revitalization, the two siblings in charge of Mistria, Adeline and Island, were lending out the farmland for free in exchange for help in the town. And if there is anything I can say I truly love, it is free things. Ring, I'm answering the call! In creating my character, I saw that I could not only change my pronouns and name my farm I settled on Tootin' Ranch, but I could also wear no pants. Sometimes it was really the lack of something that made it mean so much more. And with that, I was on my way to my new home. And in trying to get there, I met my first townie. I'm Baylor, a traveling merchant. Pleased to meet you. I'm in my underwear. Let me guess, you're here at Lady Adeline's request? It was something about free land and a house. The things I do for free stuff. I think I made it like maybe 2 steps onto my new farm and I was already flirting. Or attempting to. You're in good hands, Rin. Ooh! I'm off to the inn. It's been a long day and I need a hot meal. Well, I'm HOTTOGO. You can take me hot to go. While taking a tour of the room, I was introduced to the best thing I'd ever seen in my life. I was blessed with a diary! Not only could I write about my crushes and deepest, darkest fears, but I could save the game whenever I wanted! I've dreamt about days like this, and I actually did dream in the game. And after that dream, I started my official first day on the farm. I was immediately greeted by a lovely person named Celine, and I was contemplating what she meant by showing up to my house to give me a hoe when... What is that? Is that...
Pierce Brosnan?
No, wait, it's Hayden! This man came all the way here on a horse, nearly trampling me and Celine just to give me a watering can. Then, the day officially started. And like every time I play a farming game, I was reminded that I cannot count. I headed into town and saw the daily request board where hot townsfolk could appeal to my people-pleaser sensibilities and ask me to do things that I probably could not do. But not only that, there was also a town renown to reach. Hopefully the town rank wasn't affected by citizens' outfits. That was something to worry about later. For now, I had to meet everyone in town, which could only lead to disaster, I just knew it. I slept in someone else's bed, saw that you can use the kitchen in the local inn whenever you wanted, and gasped at hotties. One of the kids in town told me about a monster on my farm, hiding behind a tree! How dare you try to scare me! From my visit to the inn, I thought I knew who I would be romancing. Cute gal who cooks at her family's inn? Sound familiar? But then I met March, the local blacksmith, who said they don't need an outsider coming in to solve their problems. Oh no. There's somebody that hates me.
Stop being so mean to me or I swear to God I'm gonna fall in love with you.
And then I met someone else, Juniper. She called me dirty and poor. She has a dog and runs the local bathhouse, and she is absolutely a witch.
Witch!
Who I wanted to romance was a big mystery to me. But other than these hotties, I did meet an older woman in town, also a hottie, who was probably my favorite person ever, and Horseman's prize-winning chicken that was more regal than I would ever be. My dreams after day one did not consist of both the town witch and town grump bullying me, sadly, but I woke up to the Lord of the Land chopping down one of my trees.
Island, no! Don't take down that tree! A little girl told me there's a ghost!
Well, mystery solved. No ghost behind my tree, only a solid statue ghost.
Are you dumb?
I ran through town buying seeds, chatting with other folks, including Grumps, him bro, Ulrich. And upon talking more with March, I'm remiss to say that he may be the one that I want.
Huh, what are you doing here? Would you keep up? I'm here by special request. Getting a handout from my brother counts as a special request? I'm not sure I'd go bragging about it. Ulrich, come to my room after you're done seeing Ren out. It's infuriatingly hot!
The writing they did for him is on fire! Oh, it's burning me! Oh! And get this, Ulrich told me that March doesn't have a lot of friends, and he wants me to give him a chance! So chance I will give. I will haunt that grump until he decides that not only ghosts are real, but love is too. But the real haunting all along was from the ghost on my farm! It actually is a ghost! The little kid was right! Help! It's a ghost! It's made of stone, which is scarier! Why is it so heavy and stone-like? It was so heavy and stone-like because it was a literal dragon. A statue of a dragon with an actual dragon spirit inside. Keldaris, the garden's dragon on my farm. Garden dragon, who also happened to have a very bright, romanceable heart over his dialogue. That's right! You can marry this here hunk of stone for the chance of a lifetime with ancestral loving. Limits apply. Any love achieved with said dragon must be done so at the behest of the two parties involved. Emotional trauma caused from said relationship bears no legal power in a court of law should it occur. We do not claim any responsibility for heartbreak or haunting involved with ghost dragon. Side effects include, but are not limited to, lust, upset stomach, butterflies, diarrhea, and other various causes. Speak with your doctor and therapist before engaging with dragon entities in your backyard. Keldaris was having a little trouble with his memory. It was shrouded in fog and stone. In order for him to regain his memory and his strength, I, little old me, had to collect something called essence and offer it to his shrine. It was a win-win. Do chores, get essence, and trade it for different kinds of upgrades. I love that there's always a magical element in these games. Like, no, you can't just farm. You have to farm magically. And after talking to a literal dragon spirit guardian, I trudged over to the first town meeting at the first town project, fixing a bridge at the edge of town. These people have no idea that I'm just like casually hearing the voice of a dragon god. It was raining the next day, so I used my energy to get supplies for the bridge project. While collecting, I found a little artifact area and donated my first items to the town's museum. I only did it for the rewards, but one of the items I donated mentioned a reign of a rich queen. Huh? Of a witch queen. I'm sure she was rich as well. Interesting. I happened to snoop in Juniper's room the other day and saw a book about the Witch Queen's reign. I got another tool that day. A net from this nerd in town. And whenever you catch bugs in this game, you do a little peace sign. And that night I followed March home. He intrigues me, okay? He intrigues me. Is it a crime to follow him home? Probably. Is it a crime to be intrigued? Most definitely not. I awoke the next day to a letter in my mailbox. An invitation to something called Friday Night at the Inn. Was this a festival? A fun time? A little goof? I didn't know. I swung my axe around and finished up the bridge repair just in time for tomorrow, the Saturday market. A day where a bunch of merchants come and sell stuff, but because the bridge was broken before, they hadn't been coming. Good thing I was here to fix it up. And because I finally did something valuable for the town, I went to brag to March about it.
The bridge is repaired, or couldn't have repaired the bridge without your support. That is so backhanded. Couldn't repair it without your support. Oh, well. You're welcome. He loves it. He's loves it.
I also finished some requests and raised the town renowned enough to get some rewards, including clothes, which led me to find out that there are clothing presets It gave me the perfect chance to create my Friday night outfit.
Claire, it's French.
On my way to the Friday night celebration, I stopped by Juniper's bathhouse, and I got a cutscene where she was showing the kids in town her newest invention, a potion, not potion, that smelt like wet socks. I drank it, of course, and it knocked me out cold. If only it smelled like old underwear. It didn't knock me out long enough to miss Friday night, though. And Friday night at the inn was better than I could ever have expected. It was like a festival that built up stories in different groupings of the townies. One group was playing an in-game version of Dungeons and Dragons. Another was playing cards, and half the table was angry at Ulrich for accidentally winning. And the folks sat at the bar were basically just flirting with each other.
Better to turn your senses to one thing and give it to the attention it deserves. Isn't that right, young Marge? Ah! Rin, come here, come here. Ah! I'll let you in on a little secret. You're not so bad. Oh, what was this? This is a K-drama! A girl can't get a little sloppy on a Monday night? This is why you have a reputation for being stiff, Fallon. I have a reputation? Oh my god, everybody's flirting! This is so cute! I'm in love. I'm in love.
And if you thought last night couldn't get any better, you're wrong, because now it was the Saturday market. Before that, though, mail, Juniper mail, mail with item, gift, a crystal ball, casually given, and it tells the weather of the next day. I love magic! And even more than that, the mines were in the process of being reopened starting today. Errol, the man who runs the museum, was a little nervous about reopening such a dangerous place. But me and Island, we were practically foaming at the mouth for danger. Errol wondered about the scary, strange noises he heard from down there. And me and Island shared a glance. And then went right back to screeching, danger, danger, woo! But nothing, and I mean nothing, was more dangerous than the Saturday market. If I had money to spend, it would have been gone, perished, because there were 4 stalls of goody-goodies. I'm talking hairstyles, baked goods, furniture, clothes, and not to mention more lore from the townsfolk.
Ugh. Ulrich said my roots are showing. Oh my god, you dye your hair. So now you're actually talking to me.
I got a quest for food stockpiling so the town could unlock more crops, which was a must for me and my tiny farm, with so much debris that I couldn't even walk an inch away from my hoed area without tripping over a log. And I went to the town's beach for the first time, which was lovely. Hopefully I don't forget about this place immediately. And soon the mines were officially opened. And to celebrate, I spent all of my money on strawberry seed. No, I didn't say that wrong. It's on strawberry seeds. Because I could only afford 1 seed. A single one. It better be worth it like Jack's magic beanstalk. And then I went to the mines where Island and I geeked out over danger again. And he casually mentioned that the earthquake not only broke the elevator, of course, but caused a random statue to materialize. Bro, you can't make that seem normal. Like, how did an earthquake chisel this statue? It didn't matter to me, because the statue acted like the one Caldaris was living in on my farm. I could use essence to get mine-specific upgrades. And in my first descent into the mines, I found out that I can swim in water. I can swim! I completed a quest for March the next day, and he literally didn't believe it was me, because he looks down on me, and that's still kind of hot. Oh.
It's good to hear you back at work, Marge. Guess that means someone completed your request? Lady Adeline. Yes, it does. I'm happy to help out. Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Rin. Oh my god, he's mad because I'm the one that got the request. He's blushing! I have an idea. As an extra... let's go! Let's go, force proximity! Why don't you give Rin a quick lesson in blacksmithing? Doesn't that sound like fun? Sure. With enough practice, anyone can be a passable blacksmith. But a true artisan, like myself, can take it a step further and infuse the metal with new power. You are not ready for that. I love it.
I continued my mining journey, and the monsters in the mines were so cute, but deadly, and I stayed too long and, for the first time in this year, passed out. I woke up all tucked into my bed with no items missing and no money stolen. Seemed like this town was made up of some very honest folks, even though March is lying to himself every day when he says he hates me. I even gave him a gift to prove that he's lying to himself, and a gift to his brother for his birthday. Try to hate me now, March! On day 11 of the year, I finally visited Horseman's farm and checked out his stock. Yeah, you can buy animals, but more importantly, you can buy sea sauce and a beach ball for them. New goal unlocked. Get animals to play with seesaws. But the real magic was that I got a purple heart with March because I talked to his brother. Loyalty knew no bounds in this brotherhood. And soon after, in the ground, I found a shard of mass. More like a shard of ass! Okay, I get why March hates me now. But this shard of ass helped me unlock a new hat from the museum. It gave me the strong urge to create a theme park of a previously extinct species.
Welcome to Jurassic.
Then I went back to the mines and made it to a big milestone, level 10. And when I was there, someone whispered to me. It wouldn't be the strangest thing I've heard in there. They've also got this Seinfeld-type music and a very enthusiastic flute.
So funny, the flute. Who's going crazy on the flute? That's Ren.
Because of my illustrious work I had done around town, in my panties no less, Calderas told me he was regaining his memories. Something about magic being in the town long ago and how he was the bestower of said magic. Sick history lesson, man. Keep working on those memories and get back to me when you remember how to make me cooler.
I have now recalled a particular spell suitable for human use, as well as the means by which to bestow it to you. Are you kidding me? I'm getting magic? Wait! I will now grant you the full restore spell. You will be able to access it from your journal. As the name suggests, casting it will fully restore your health and stamina.
Please let me say abracadabra seriously.
I'm no miracle worker.
Now that March and I had one heart together, he finally started to be sweeter to me.
Is it just me, or are you getting more skilled at breathing down my neck when I'm working? Please, give me a break.
Hey, at least Friday chats do continue weekly. I saw a continuation of the mock D&D session, and Mr. March over here asked me to ask Juniper to try her wine while blushing. That's illegal! Who's breathing down whose neck now? Huh? And of course I am a part of the kids' plan to sneak into Baylor's room because they think he's a thief. Or maybe that's my theory. But I sincerely love that even the townsfolk have little plots outside of the main story. It makes me want to play even more so that I can get to next Friday, which is kind of like life. Just living for that next TGIF, am I right? In the morning, I did a quest to join a cooking class. Just a general quest, nothing crazy. And guess who walked in late?
I knew it! I knew it! I walked in this room, in my head. I was like, wouldn't it be great if March was here? And guess what?
13 days in this game, and I was acting like a 13-year-old screeching over Zac Efron's poster in the teen magazines. And with it being the Saturday market and me stuffing Tesserae in my panties, I bought the cutest freaking hat with all my money. Halfway through spring, I was now able to take part in the spring festival. Celine explained that over the next couple days, I had to collect flowers by doing chores and other stuff. So it was more of a quest instead of a one-day event, which I actually really loved. But also, how dare you make me do things? And another thing I noticed on this day was that townsfolk would casually bring up items that I had donated to the museum. It kind of made me feel like I was a real person, you know? A real person in Mistria, because the things I was doing had impact. The things I was wearing still didn't, but there was always room for someone to comment on my shade of underwear or the stains. I also found out that you can get soup daily from the inn, which helps replenish your health. It was a game changer. Free food and a free house? Like, I was living large. I zoomed through town and passed March on multiple occasions trying to find flowers for the festival, and soon enough it was March's birthday. I got him a nice solid gift.
A birthday gift? Did Ulrich put you up to this? Well, thanks. Good morning!
I also went to the town meeting about fixing the mill, and it is just so funny to me that these people just count on me so easily. Me, of all people. That's how it always is in these games, but in this one, where the town really feels united, you'd think they'd unite to get me kicked out. Which is probably why March hates me so much, because he's the only one with sense around here. But no one has sense when it's festival time. I started off my first ever true festival day of the year, handing over my collected flowers. Keldaris kept me updated on his memory progress, and I updated my skills with all the essence I had collected so far. And I finally went off to the spring festival. The town was all decorated and the music was adorable, and the whole town was gathered around to hear the winners of the event. And I got second place! My reward was a flower crown, and I know that the Tumblr folks are going crazy for that. Remember that epidemic where people were just putting flower crowns on everything? Times were so simple back then.
I happen to bring along these 3 hacky sacks, March. Maybe you could use them for your juggling routine? Haven't even seen you practicing, so I'm way excited. I'm not juggling. When Celine asked if I could gather flowers for the festival, I told her I was juggling enough already. I don't know how that turned into me performing, and if one more person asks me about it.
Sadly, I did not get to see March juggling, but there was always next year.
Did you see my new flower crown, March? Not bad, Rin. Not that good either.
The day didn't end with the festival though, because I continued to go absolutely bonkers in the mines. So bonkers, I made it to level 20.
Faint whisper breaks the silence. Hero, the water seal.
What? Did somebody say something?
The tablet has an unknown language inscribed upon it. Ayland might be able to translate the text if you take a rubbing of the tablet to him. Okay, I used a crayon that was in my underwear.
I had to get to Island and show him this cryptic rubbing, but of course I stopped my march on the way.
Do you normally go into people's rooms uninvited? Is that a thing where you're from? What are you reading? A book on how to deal with difficult. Look, if you didn't lock your door.
It was midnight by the time I actually got to Islands, who, by the way, was having a medieval meeting and drinking wine, and I felt like I invited myself even though I should have been invited in the first place. Anyway, I showed him my crayon drawing, and he somehow deciphered this drawing as witch speak. Okay, guess who's knocking on Juniper's door at 1 a.m.?
I have some thoughts about the tablet's syntax, Juniper. Silence, nerd.
Juniper read the tablet and we were like, so cool. Like a tag team of investigators in a small town. And by tag team, I mean me. I'm the team because I'm the only one who's actually working on this, and they were just helping me decipher it, and I had to find a bunch of items to unlock the rest of the mines. But I focused on fixing the mill the next day, and I also gave Ulrich a rock, and he gave me something he called a mine chair as a gift, but it was really just a broken box. Can't say I don't respect the positive outlook on life he has. This is how I legitimately feel every Friday night in Fields of Mistria. But before I could indulge in the Friday night shenanigans, I was invited for tea by Hayden.
Thanks for stopping by. Come on in, put up your feet.
And March called me out for handing a legit worm to the museum and being praised for it. He may be mean, but like that doesn't mean he isn't right.
Okay, are we ready for this? Are we ready? Ah! Oh! Sit with me, Rin. You're always so busy during the week.
I passed out that night because March and I were just flirting too much. And on the way to craft a fishing rod and buy stuff at the market, I ran into March again. Not on purpose at all, definitely not on purpose. And I got another heart. 2 of 4, halfway through spring. And not only with March, I was getting hearts like crazy. And that night there was some Saturday gossip.
Why is everyone always talking about Rin anyway? Wait! There's Saturday night gossip sessions as well? March? She's right behind me, isn't she? But this is actually horror, because I'm in my underwear! I was talking about it, different Rin. Liar, liar, pie for hire.
The next day I woke up to a letter in my mailbox.
Oh. He don't say, hey, in my mailbox? I don't know why I became a terrain. Meet me at the blacksmith's and don't keep me waiting. I'm eating this letter. I just ate it. I munched the paper and I swallowed it. I hear you've been making yourself useful around town. Everybody only has good things to say about you. So I guess this is where you apologize for your bad attitude. Not a chance. We both know what's actually going on here. What? Sorry, I'm confused. You lost me. Oh, please. You're in way over your head. You come out here, no money, no experience, and think you could just fake your way through running a farm? And now everyone in town acts like it was you who won the first place blacksmithing trophy 3 years running. You're worried I'm gonna take your trophy? It's all fun and games now, but the second things actually get tough, I'm sure you're gonna ditch Mistria and its problems. Jealousy is a disease, bitch. Get well soon. Oh, I literally walked up to him in his face, and I stood up to him. Who knows? Maybe you'll surprise me. I'll be keeping an eye on you. I guess that's my cue to leave. He's shaking in that chair. He's like, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just stood up to her.
The summit was the new project to work on in town, and it was pretty quick to be fixed. I gaslit people to help get it done, and a lot of people showed up, including March, who walked up to see me working with the other townsfolk. It wasn't a bluff, was it, March?
He is silent! He's doing that and he is staring at Ren. He is staring at Ren.
Believe it or not, after that scene, I stopped playing Fields of Mistria for a while. I know, insanity. But the reason for my return was a big update, a March update. No, not just for March, but it was in the month of March, believe it or not. I almost forgot that March was a month and not the man who stays on my mind despite being a literal bully. So I dusted off Fields of Mistria and I immediately got sucked back in. What is this? Oh my god, no! No! A familiar that I could choose the name, color, and type of any time! Not only did this familiar act cute and evoke magic, but it could do chores for me. So you know that I put Farts-a-lot to work. Hold on, I gotta put you to work, Farts-a-lot. Farts-a-lot, we need a bigger house. I need you to collect wood. ASAP, stat. You decide to live with me? It's not rent-free. You got work, and I'll be collecting at the end of the day. I worked hard, but Farts-a-lot worked harder. And by spring 23rd, I think, we had reached phase 2 of the town's progress. At a line more like at the line to the MCU queue, am I right? And phase 2 was crazy. I didn't even have a farm myself, and I was expected to turn this shop into a multi-millionaire grocery business. Farts-a-lot was gonna need to work a lot harder. And you know what? Maybe the town's expectations for me weren't all that wrong, because I was making bank in a town with no bank. Incredible. I just wonder where I put my money then. I had no wallet because I had no pockets, and unless I used nature's pocket. As rich as I was, I still did my deeds in the town, handing over my very own shovel to Celine and snuggling up with the townsfolk at the inn. Friday night still surprised me with how detailed they were and how exciting. Not to mention March's happy drunkenness. It was probably the biggest surprise of all. Also, wherever I kept my money didn't really matter, because as soon as I got it, almost 90% of the time I was spending it immediately. And although I loved Friday nights and Saturday markets, it was a horrible thing for someone who has a hard time having a committed relationship with her wallet. I was throwing away money like someone that believes they don't owe anyone anything in friendships. I just snip off those friends like they're my split ends, as Billie Eilish croons. But not all of my money was spent on things that aren't necessarily useful. I bought the Coop blueprint, and I finished her up real quick. And I even got myself my first ever farm animal, Splatter, our first chicken on Tootin' Ranch. And you know what? With this milestone being stepped upon, I took the biggest risk of all. I decided maybe, just maybe, I could survive my life in Mistria without sporting only my undies. That's right, I put on the pants. Just in time for summer! Which should have been the season I wasn't wearing pants, but whatever. I'm a changed woman and all that. But I wasn't exactly above certain things, like gossip, which was something I was greeted with on this day. Elsie, one of my favorite gals in town, made me aware of a new game mechanic. Basically, once a day, I was granted the chance of gossiping with Elsie and learning one of 3 options about people in town, something they liked or loved. What a genuinely cool way to let me in on the townsfolk's interests. And putting it under the guise of gossip, even better! Gossip makes the world go round, baby. I just hope that Elsie isn't gossiping with everyone else about me, because that would be cruel, of course. And what a day to gossip about things, because a new month meant new crops and new outfits. Oh my god, they have swimsuit outfits. Oh, the shirt open and the scar on the chest. Oh, his chesticles. They're out. That ponytail. You know, Louis did an excellent job designing my swimsuit. I think so. I thought it was a little too modest at first, but it's grown on me. Something's groaning on you, all right. It was just too much. I had to go back to my underwear fit. I had to. And perhaps karma worked very fast because I died in the mines in my underwear searching for a fish for a magical tablet. And guess what? I didn't lose a single item. I still can't believe that this town isn't made up of thieves like some others. Friday night in summer changed, believe it or not. This month, the rage was still on a D&D style game, but with a new group. And instead of playing cards at the other table, there was a drawing club. Not to mention getting free drinks from Hemlock. I truly felt like I was a part of a community, you know? We were all wearing different clothes, no one robbed me, they gave me reverse robbing, free stuff, and I even got to eavesdrop on their conversations and gossip about them. It was almost like I belonged there, like I was seen. And then it was my birthday. And surely, after a month of being there, of lingering in corners and listening to conversations and running around people like a fly on the wall that gives gifts and completes requests, surely someone would remember, right? Wrong. Everyone's here. Is this for some sort of celebration? Are you guys here to celebrate my birthday? Vera's doing a lot of cutting and dyeing today. Guys, does nobody know it's my birthday? Have you thought about dyeing your hair, Rin? Nobody knows? Dang, time to move away. No, literally. I admire Louis. He's been through a lot, but it hasn't dimmed his passion. What do you mean he's been through a lot? You know who's been through a lot? Me, because nobody is remembering my birthday. The day after my birthday, I walked around with my chin to my chest, sulking. A week into summer, and it didn't matter if I was making progress in every other way. I was forgotten, alone. I was gonna spend my day womping around in the mines, but I ran into March on the way. March! Hey, March. Hey, watch yourself around the forge. You'll get burned if you're careless. Oh, so you care? Oh, he does! He does care! Oh, if only that happened yesterday! I frolicked in the mines with a new pep in my step, and today of all days I ended up getting a birthday gift after all. The stone loach I had been looking for the magical tablet. Huzzah! I made a newly upgraded watering can too. Huzzah! And I got another heart event. Huzzah! This time with Juniper. Once more I was involved in one of her new concoctions, and so was Ulrich. Will this really help me get shredded, Juniper? Don't be shy. Hop to it. Oh my god. Oh my god! Do my muscles look bigger? Now you, come here. Ah! I came to Mistria because the magic here is unique. It bears studying. The villagers, being so pliable, they drink any concoction I give them. Can't we all just get along? And my underwear. I promise to leave the poor, defenseless townsfolk alone if you take their place and become my guinea pig. There are hidden depths to you, Rin. Would you like to explore them? Would you like to explore my depths? The competition for my love was strong in this town, and it probably got stronger after I unlocked a Harvest Moon-esque outfit from the museum. I looked so hot, I understood why everyone would be obsessed with me. And I was also accomplished. I finally finished the Mines quest, and everyone probably had to fan themselves so they didn't faint from how desirable I was.
Right.
Anyway, now I was at the iron ore levels of the mines, which meant a new meetup scene with Keldaris. My desirability and fortitude helped him get some of his power back, which meant giving me power as well. Not only was I hot, fashionable, capable, and desired, I could make it rain on this motherfucker. As desirable as I knew I was, I didn't expect to get yet another heart event, which, by the way, were usually sent through the quest board or by mail, which I loved. This time, the heart event was for Baylor, and oh boy, did it have me confused for who I wanted to romance. He's selling his goods for well below the new market value. Do you think he's selling stolen merchandise? Oh my god, he's a thief. We need to investigate again. This is serious. He might be a thief. It's over for me. Now I gotta romance him too! But for now, Fields of Mistria only has romance to a certain point. So I was in the clear to have time to figure it out. But in the meantime, I got myself a new chicken. Dookie. Because if I can't have romance, at least I can have fart-themed chickens. Another Friday night rolled around and I spent it decorating, farming, and talking to townsfolk. And at Friday night's drawing session, I yearned to be a model, a muse for the next time. But I think the image of me in my underwear had been seared into everyone's brains past the point of return, so having me model for them would be moot. They've already got me on their minds. Except for seemingly March, who was really, really dedicated to this I hate you act. I don't know what you're hoping to gain by taking over that farm. And I don't know what Adeline was thinking giving it away to some stranger. Oh, so we're back to this? I thought we were chill, dude. I thought we were chill. Am I crazy or did he like regress? Playing hard to get again? Bro, it gets old. How hard can you get? I mean... Having animals in this game was a bit different from other games. For one, you can directly feed your animals, and when you do, they release something called shiny beads. Where those come from, we don't ask. But if you get enough of them, you can redeem something special from a chicken statue on Hayden's farm. So, of course, I did that. I had another heart event this time with Celine, and something I noticed is that every heart event has some sort of like quest or story throughout it, which, again, I love. It had me hooked on everyone's plot. I was also pretty hooked on finding chests in the ocean because I kept getting great things. Money, of course, but my next bet was on some baking powder. If I got flour last time, it wasn't a complete long shot, right? Well, my bet was wrong, of course. Sadly, the pirates dropping their treasure chests in the waters of Mistria didn't think about my baking needs. But at the very least, I got my very first barn. The money was pretty much flowing by now, and so were the heart events. I had another one scheduled with Adeline. Would you be interested in getting a closer look at the inner workings of our government? She is not letting me into the government building just so she can... she can flirt with me! I did a quest to craft a potted plant just to get enough money to buy a cow, but the thing was, I bought the plant at the grocery store. The same store that Hemlock, who asked for the plant, was in, and he thought I made it. It has like made in China on the bottom. Well, the importance of honesty aside, it helped me get my first cow schmear. I was so pumped about it that I stopped to chat with March. I would have stopped to chat with him anyway. As much as I enjoy it when you stop to talk, do you have to do it in the so you enjoy it when I stop to talk? No! I was only wearing underwear for the first month in this game. You think that I have the capacity to understand sarcasm? And March's comment helped me soar through the newly unlocked mines all the way to level 25. And level 20 died because I passed out. But I was once again not mugged, so I spent the next day on chores and upgrading my sword and watering can. And in this game, your upgrades for tools become new items. So I was able to sell my old gear, and I didn't realize how much money I would get from it. Of course March is a blacksmith. He's making bank off these. March may have been rich, but he had a lot to learn. At Friday night, he was being taught the importance of enjoying things and not making everything a competition. Something that I myself am very good at, clearly. Yes, I am making a video about how much I can get done in a year of a video game. What's your point? By now, I had yet another heart event, this time at Hayden's house. He invited me to game night, which is probably one of my top 5 hangout ideas. I'm so excited! Let's pop some Jiffy Pop. I took a little snack.
Would you calm down?
Of course he's here! Dude, this is Hayden's heart event. What are you doing here? Everyone... He comes in the room rushing from his job, and then he sees me. We're gonna have to sit next to each other? Oh my god, we're gonna have to sit next to each other. Oh my god! Move it, chicken. Oh, it pecked him! Oh there, Henrietta. Save the pecking for the popcorn. What if I have to sit on his lap? No! Plenty other places to sit, March, including, and not limited to... Sorry, I couldn't hear what I just said. You might not have heard what I just said. Including, but not limited to... I don't know if you can hear that. For some reason, I think there's like live censorship on YouTube all of a sudden. Well, let's get this party started. He's gonna sit there, and me and March are gonna have to sit next to each other, angry. Just boiling in our seats. And then we're sitting next to each other, and guess what? There's a point where in the game, we both have to start working together. We're not gonna let Rias beat us at this game because he thinks he's so good at it. So then we start working together, and we get to the point where we actually get Rias to fall down with a ladder. And then we high five or like celebrate together at the win, and then we're like, wait, did we just do that? Because we're not supposed to like each other. And then we awkwardly like look away. You know it's a good game when you start writing your own fan fiction. I spent the next morning decorating, and I couldn't hold off the heart events I had lined up. Not only a March heart event, but an island one. But March just couldn't wait to make me freak out. Hey Rin, are you busy? March and I sure are. We can hardly keep up with all our work. March told me you're black. March's 4th scene?
Ulrich is the one that has to call us in? Oh my god, March complimented me! March told me your blacksmithing has been improving, and that I shouldn't tell you he said that. But what I think he meant to say was, I sure hope Rin can help us out. Hope to see you at the forge soon. Oh! Request for shipping bin? March. He wants a shipping bin bought to him. You know what? The lore. The reason I'm so stubborn that the reason why I go over there is not because Ulrich sent me a letter. It's because I got a request for a shipping bin.
Why do you have to make everything so complicated?
I had to focus. So I went to meet with Island, and he was going on about the dragon sworn, which, that might be me. And I helped him find some hidden thing. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I walked out of there like, I guess I'll go do this last quest of the day for March. And there was March's heart event. Rin, am I glad to see you. March is negotiating with Baylor for more iron ingots, so I'm getting everything tidy. Ulrich, Baylor cut me a great deal on ingots, but we'll have to bring them to the forge ourselves, so we'll need to...
He's so excited about the deals he got, and then he sees me and he stops in his tracks.
Rin, what do you think you're doing here exactly?
Baby, I'm sorry. I don't know if you remember, you had a quest for me.
Rin heard about how backed up we were and volunteered to help out. Right, buddy? Many hands make light work. I don't need platitudes, especially from you. What do you mean talk about platitudes? Platitude? Perry the Platypus? Who are you? Doofenshmirtz? Like, what's going on? Well, you can just... Oh my god, he was gonna... Fine. But you'd better be able to keep up. Look at all this work we did. That sure was fun. Yeah. I mean, thanks, Rin. I'm going inside. I need to cool down. He's going in there, he's pacing. He's peeking behind the curtains of the window to try to get a glimpse at what's going on outside. But still, I had to go give March his shipping bin. And by this time of the night, he wasn't home. It looked like Hayden was having another little get-together at his house. How sweet! They were having drinks, chilling out. Hey, Rin. Why are you looking at me like that? Whoa! Hey there, neighbor. You know, I keep waiting for you to ask to borrow a cup of sugar. And then I thought to myself, why not get ahead of it? Guys, I'm literally gonna cry. Wait, like, actually, that's the sweetest thing ever. It hurts. It hurts how full I am from these characters. I ran around a bit and went back to Hayden's place just for fun, to see how the hangout that I wasn't invited to was going, you know? In this moment, right here, I don't know why, it changed me. Their beer is gone. Guys, time went on and the beer they're drinking. Time went on and the beer is now gone. The detail. And the game isn't done. I'm not overreacting. Like, that is crazy. The drinks were gone. It was late at night and the drinks were gone. Why am I freaking out about this? I don't know. I can't believe it. The drinks were gone. There was some talk around town after this historic event. And now that I had an upgraded pickaxe, I smashed a rock in the forest and found a new special fountain to offer to. Maybe that would give the townsfolk something to really gossip about. My epic strength. And when I confronted March myself, he accused me of coming to him for gossip. Why would I ask you of all people for gossip, March? I'd rather get gossip from that stone I broke 20 minutes ago. Something I learned about the game at this point was that you could get a saddle for any animal. It meant I could ride Smear all around town, but Hayden wasn't selling a saddle yet, so I'd have to ride around town on my own Smear for now. I decided to get back to work, especially on the town, which meant making more supplies for the grocery store. And as I stood outside the blacksmith hammering away at my loose ore, I wondered if March was inside, trying not to watch as I sweat all over his anvil. Shooting star... He's not. There's no way. There's no way he's asking me to shooting star festival. Yeah, it's coming up soon. What about it? I was walking around with my fingers and toes clenched and curled, hoping and praying that he would ask me, because I sure as hell didn't want to ask him. He brought it up, man, not me. He cares. He's obsessed. Making yourself at home, I see. And in between the moments of hovering over March's bed like Nosferatu himself, I finished the grocery store, the upgrade that would add more seat options and furniture and other stuff. I literally finished this thing at 11 p.m. and Adeline forced everyone to gather in the rain and build the whole thing. This lady does not waste a second. Everyone was acting strange the next day. Baylor mentioning some contract in March, still not asking me about the Star Festival. I bought myself a bigger backpack and I showed it off at Friday night's drawing club, but they still didn't want me to be a model. But they didn't want March to be one either, so in your face, Hammer Boy. Juniper and Tarithia were up on the balcony wondering which person in town would be most likely to be a sorcerer. And personally, I think I'm the obvious answer, seeing as I have a dragon statue on my farm and do in fact have the power to regain energy and make it rain cats and dogs. But other than me and Juniper, my best answer was Celine, because who really knew what she was mixing with those flower pots of hers? And Juniper agreed, but she also thought that Celine might not look great in sorcerer's clothes. If clothes were the problem, then I was out of the running too. The fact that I couldn't wear my underwear over my pants had me very cranky. The next day after this, I spoke to Celine, and she told me that Juniper asked her if she wanted her hand-me-downs because she's a sorcerer, and she was seeing if Celine wanted her clothes. It's all connected. The story, the expertise, the writers, the creators. I would like to blow a kiss in your direction. You are brilliant. And I got Rice's heart event that convinced me that he is this town's Orpheus, and a Raina scene where she baked me berry pie that convinced me she is this town's waitress. And after all that excitement, there was even more excitement because today was the Shooting Star Festival. Elsie came up to my house with an explanation of tonight's extravaganza. I was nervous though. March was a mixed bag. Sometimes he said hey, and sometimes he said hey, with a lilt to his words that made me think he hated me. I didn't want to ask him to the festival, but I really wanted him to ask me. So I distracted myself by taking on a beach bridge request, but there was only so much I could do for it, only so much I could collect. Was I a coward? Was he? Maybe I didn't want to go with him at all. Maybe I was just asking him because he was the person I was closest with in town, even if we were only close in proximity of working at the anvil. Maybe I was asking because it was convenient, or maybe I was asking because it was really what I wanted. Do I just hand it to him? It's so funny. Ulrich just mentioned showers and like I was given this thing and it's like I'm supposed to give it to someone or something. I don't know. What do you make of this? Fine. I'll go with you.
We both failed to qualify.
March said yes! Because of course he would. I mean, not to be rude or anything, but it's true. Who else would go with him? I made him wait around while I talked with everyone in town, and I finally made my way over to him to go to the summit and watch the stars. I was sitting there in the most life-sucking, awkward silence, swatting away mosquitoes. Well, here we are, up on the summit. Watching the stars. We're like... trying to look anywhere but at each other. Did you say something? Did you say something, March? Oh, sorry. I thought I heard you say something. Must have been a cricket or something. What was that? Oh, sorry. Did you blink? Sorry. I thought you asked me something. Nothing. No, it's fine. So, you watched the stars with your family when you were younger? My family? What? Oh, Ulrich and I didn't have time for that kind of thing growing up. What? Can we talk about something else? No, what? Maybe you could offer to change the subject yourself. Ask me a question. Why did I wear underwear for the first month I was here? Why didn't you ask me that? How about those stars? So, should I tell a joke or something? Why did you really invite me here, Ren? To press my buttons? Or as some kind of joke? No, March. It wasn't a joke, it was more like a goof. I was running around for hours, doing anything I could not to ask you, March. But you were the only person I wanted to ask. I guess you got me there. I wanted to see the stars with you. And I wish it weren't the truth. I wish I was Pinocchio. And I wish that when I said that, my nose grew 20,000 yards. So far that if I bent over the summit and looked down, my nose would touch the ground on the other side. But guess what, March? I'm not Pinocchio, and if I was, it wouldn't grow. Because I'm telling you the truth. Quit messing around, will you? I'm telling the truth. I said it in a weird way, okay? I brought up Pinocchio. I shouldn't have said it, but it's true. If you want to watch the stars, let's just watch the stars. Stars do look pretty from up here. I didn't realize they would be so clear. It almost feels like they're drawing you in, doesn't it? Didn't you just say you didn't want to talk? I don't know what you want from me. Come on. Ow!
Walk me back to the farm. If you fall and hurt yourself in the dark, I know I won't hear the end of it.
A strange night capping off a strange month, and it was time for fall to roll around. I was ready. Fall in Mistria might be my favorite time at all. The orange hues, the music, the new forage items. And yeah, maybe I had a good time last night. Maybe I had a fun time or whatever, no big deal. And Elsie stopped me on my foraging quest to tell me she set me in March up.
Elsie, you dog! His cropped jacket.
I rushed into their house to find Ulrich just to get a second to breathe, and I stumbled into March's room, where I saw the most insane discovery yet.
He did not. He put the brooch statue on the top shelf. He put it on the top shelf above his trophies and awards.
March couldn't ignore me for long. He's obsessed. Like, he can't even deny he's obsessed. I can see he's obsessed. And everyone else could see he was obsessed too. And not that I myself was obsessed at all. No, the fact that I walked into the inn and had March written all over my face had nothing to do with it. And when I spoke to Josephine, the owner of said inn, she definitely did not see this obsession and tell me the lore of March and Ulrich's life.
Guys! 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 No way I can ask someone else in town about him.
This is the beer all over again.
This is severe. I can't believe this.
Despite how things might seem, March hasn't always had it easy. He and Ulrich lost their parents pretty young, back when they were still new to town. And the town became their family, and that's why he is so harsh about newcomers. Because he doesn't want anybody to take advantage of his family. First of all, amazing writing from the game creator. Second of all, thank you to Josephine for feeding my gossip gene. Her and Elsie kept me alive in this town. Something seems different about you today.
I'm wearing my fall outfit. My pumpkin outfit.
No, forget it.
He was gonna compliment me, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
I didn't let this interaction get to my head. Instead, I got myself some new plants. But I planted them wrong because I was thinking about March blushing. He blushed at me! You'd think things would have been great after this, that I would chop down my trees and forage and get complimented by March. But no! Instead, March was mean to me again! I repeat, how hard can you get, March? I didn't let March's pettiness get to me. Well, I did, but I did my chores anyway. And today I discovered cooking and the benefits of it. The amount of money you could make from it, oh, I was gonna be rich. Remy, Gordon Ramsay, I mean, I got why the most famous chefs in the world did it. And if you notice, Fartsalot was indeed a different cat for fall. Not only was Fartsalot doing hard labor every day, but every season Fartsalot shed its skin. Just familiar things, I guess. Almost a quarter of a way through the year, and I finished the beach's bridge for Tarithia and immediately unlocked another beach area where I caught a full-on shark. I was gonna go brag about it at the inn for Friday night, but they were too busy with their loser nerd book club. I only call it a loser nerd because I wasn't invited. I'm actually a part of the loser nerd bush plant club myself. I love bushes in this game. No one else feels the same. I'm alone in the club. The next quest of making Mistria brand spanking new was to update Hayden's barn. But this update would also add more animals for me to raise on my farm, so of course I was willing to help make it as it benefited me. Cosmetics for cows were in, and my cow was going to be decked out. As decked out as a cow named Smear could be. I was ready to go back to the mine to get some supplies for the barn, and I was rudely interrupted by March, who, after I casually gave him a gift, gave me one too. The gifts that keep on giving, because the next day I got a scene with Valen, the town doctor, which revealed that she has a secret basement full of lots of science. She had secrets of her own, it seemed. As much as I liked Juniper, she and Valen were pretty much meant for each other, with their shady-ass hobbies. Speaking of Juniper, she pretty much forgot my name, which she's allowed, but still. And March accidentally showed that he cared about me being out in the cold. Aww. I decorated a whole lot and oops! Accidentally tripped and crafted more things from recipe I also accidentally bought. I'm just so clumsy. And after tumbling over to the inn, I saw that the town was having a mini party on a non-Friday night. They were singing and dancing and I was tripping everywhere and it was great. Believe it or not, they still let me go anywhere I wanted, even after all my clumsiness showed. And somehow I accidentally cartwheeled and oops, spent a whole day decorating and organizing my farm. Silly me. Clumsiness was an epidemic around town though, because it was also revealed to me that that March fell down the stairs and died? Just kidding. But if he did fall down the stairs, I'd be able to pay for his surgery because I was rich. Well, was is the word of the day because I spent all my money on the Saturday market. However, money may not have grown on trees, but it did grow from the museum. And speaking of growth, I wanted to grow the life on my farm. So I made my 2 chickens, Splatter and Dookie, have chicken and with the heart biscuit. Go ahead, guys. Do your business. Me standing in the corner telling my chickens eggs to please hurry were the same vibes as Kaldar's patiently waiting on my farm and watching me do stuff, but mostly watching me decorate. Why he trusted me to help him, a girl who came into town in her underwear, trusting me to hold all this magic and unleash more of it? Honey, I couldn't even choose my pants this morning. What makes you think I can handle unleashing the wonders of this town, where half the people are either polite to be polite or side-eyeing me so hard their eyes will get glued in a permanent judgmental stare? I held my positivity though. I was cheering on my egg to hurry up and hatch, and I actually did chores for once. Elsie told me I was eligible. She should tell March that. And Juniper was legitimately having a, dialogue quest with me about trying to find some mysterious frogs. I was a bit lost, but I was loving it. It wasn't even Friday night, and I was getting a whole bunch of lore. The loud one, March? He's actually quite skilled at his metal. Why is this an option that I talked to her? She's talking about March. He's actually quite skilled at his metalwork when he's quiet enough to concentrate, which doesn't happen nearly often enough. He talks to you? March may not have talked to me, but hey, my hot sugar gifting neighbor invited me over, so I wasn't completely losing. You're an inspiration, Rin. I thought of myself more as a nuisance, if anything. The barn quest was terribly frightening, but I was pretty close to my goals overall. And the best way to celebrate this? With a new birth on the farm, of course. The Toot Coop made a new animal, Spladuki, the child of Splatter and Dookie. Huzzah! And even better than Spladuki? Nothing. But I did finish the barn, which not only meant capybaras and alpacas, but a horse! I was so ready to buy myself a new best friend! But that night, a fierce wind blew. Was it Fartsalot? Did Dorothy Gale land in Mistria? Move over, kid. I'm the main character of this town. Go find another wicked witch and leave Juniper out of your antics with shoes that are more uncomfortable than they are powerful. It was actually none of those things. Just the wind being the wind. Go figure. But Hayden asked me to help him out since the mysterious wind knocked off his weather vane. And we couldn't have that. The mystery of where the weather vane went was my biggest priority of the day. Forget about the long list of quests I hadn't fulfilled since, the first day I got here. I sleuthed around town, searched in every nook and cranny, and then I found it. This statue wasn't here before the windstorm. Who dropped this horse statue? You can sense it drawing your essence toward it. Offer essence? I mean, who am I to refuse? What the hell? Oh, it's literally the color-changing horse from Wizard of Oz! Tutorial Mistmare! I Mistmare a lot! Where have you been all my life? You were telling me. I got a magical horse. A magical horse. I didn't even need a saddle. I just got a magical horse for free. Just a little wind and the horse was mine. Rootin', the tootin' horse. It toots, it roots, it jumps, and it hoots. It's a holler and a half. Rootin', tootin', he toots a lot for you. He takes you and you go vroom, vroom, vroom. Need to get around real fast. Found an artifact in a place and you gotta bring it to the museum before the day's done. But it's 12 a.m. What are you gonna do? Pass out? Well, here's what I've got for you. Rootin', the tootin' horse. Now in hearts near you. And just like that, the mystery was solved. Rootin' was my new tootin' horse. The Rootin' was in our hearts all along. The only bad part about having a magical ghost horse was that it wasn't able to wear hats. Nothing was more depressing than that. Actually, something was. The fact that I had just reached 6 hearts with March and would have a heart event. Why was that sad, you ask? Because at this point in time, 6 hearts was the cap on romance in the game. I would be stuck in 6 heart purgatory until the next update came out. Not that March was worshipping me at this point anyway. He barely said words to me at all. I almost wished he was hating me because then he spoke more. But he should have been worshipping me. I had a magic horse for Kaldaris' sake. It wasn't wearing a hat, though. So maybe March was waiting for an even bigger miracle. Rootin might not have been able to wear a hat, but I was wearing some nice outfits recently. Please tell me you noticed. I spent way too long dressing myself. With more clothes came more responsibility, and I now had a quest to help fix up the inn, which was very exciting. Friday nights were gonna get a whole lot freakier, I hoped. Speaking of freaky,
He sent me a letter. He didn't even, it's not even on the board.
March Loverboy could wait. I had to work on the inn because it was my favorite place to be other than on Rootin's back. The inn would no doubt take a while to get to, and so would March because I was avoiding him and his quest. So much so that I was actually working on some quests I had to literally dust off from not doing.
I'm wasting all my time trying to get this person a gift.
Don't want to go there.
Of course she's in the building! She's forcing me to have this cutscene! I can't believe this. I was trying to avoid this. I need to give her this gift.
Oh, hey.
Ah!
Are you talking to me? You asked Rin for help? That's so smart of you, March. It sped things along last time, so...
You don't have to be shy about asking for my help.
Don't make me regret calling you over. Oh, hi, everyone. Adeline, if this is a rush request, I'm not sure we'll be able to... Wait, just hear me out. My mother, Baroness Linnae, was just awarded the Shield of the Realm Award for her services to the king. Congratulations, Adeline. What is the Baroness? What an honor. Big congrats, Adeline. Yeah, congrats, Adeline. Big congrats to your mom. I'm so proud that she's I'm so proud of her. She did so great as her job. I'm so glad that she gets awarded for what she's done because what she does is so valuable. And I'm so glad that she's awarded. What's Baroness, March? March, what does that mean? Thank you, Ulrich. Better yet, she requested that the shield itself be made here in Mistria. We're gonna make her mom the shield of the Baroness of Adeline's country. We're almost done. I just need to finish the detailing. Hold the shield steady for me. Are we gonna hold hands on the shield?
Not like that, he says.
Like this? You mean here? No, you'll get hurt like that.
Oh yeah, come around and take.
Give me your hand, like this. See? Hold your fingers out of the way and keep the pressure even. Okay, is this better? Or, March, you can let go of my hand now. And why would I ever say that? What if we held hands on top of the Baroness's shield? What if we held hands on the top of the lesbian? I was reading a comment, so I said.
I'm just gonna think about it and laugh. I can't move on. I'm trying to like breathe. I just keep thinking about it.
I could have handled it myself any other day, you know.
Oh, you're still gonna be talking like that? You know what? Maybe I don't want to hold hands with you on a lesbian. Maybe I'll save that for somebody who actually isn't rude, March.
He still, like, hates me.
What is wrong with this man?
Why do I like him? I had to blow off steam after that one and ended up making it to level 40 in the mines. Another stone tablet to decipher. So I ran off to Juniper and she and Elsie were hanging out. You found another tablet, even deeper underground? Come with me. The last thing we need are gawkers.
She looked right at Elsie.
The tablet was more trouble than Juniper thought, so me, her, and Celine had to have a girls' night to figure it out. We also popped some Jiffy Pop while decrypting these serious texts, because we were just girls being girls, and that was how it had to be. With all the new animals on my farm, I had been collecting a steady supply of butt beads. I cashed some of those in, and I got Farts a lot a little bow. Finally, payday for all that hard work they've been doing. They weren't the only ones who were doing hard work, of course. My other animals were pushing out those butt beads daily, and I was on a quest to fill the newest mine tablets, which I did in literally a day, a very long day, a day that had me rushing home over top Rootin, trying desperately to make it home before 2 a.m. And of course, Keldaris decided that was the perfect time to stop me for a little chat. A 1:40 a.m. banter sesh. Gotta love 'em. Come here, Rin, I have something to say.
Wait! I need to let my animals in!
I will grant you growth. Me when time passes and I learn from my mistakes. You will be able to access this spell from your journal. It can be used to instantly grow plants in a 3x3 area. Okay, you know what? You can talk to me at 1 a.m. anytime you want. Another magical ability and 3 more seals in the mines to break. I woke up the next morning to a couple letters in my mailbox. One from Baylor, leaving me a letter about a business meeting. If that's what we're calling smooch sessions now, I better get real professional real fast. And guess who else was loitering in my mailbox? March! He left me a letter about silver tools or some crap, knowing damn well I don't and never have bought tools from him. He's so jealous. He must have seen Baylor come over to my place and left me a letter just to spite him. I bet he even watched me walk over to Baylor's room for the business meeting. Oh my god, are we gonna meet in his room? The fact I was in Baylor's room would have freaked out the Dragon Guard, also known as the kids group of vigilantes, neighborhood watch. I wasn't really sure what they did, but I knew they would be proud of me for being in Baylor's room alone. I did what any self-respecting person would do in that situation. I've secured a reliable supply line from the capital. This will keep my prices low until Mistria stabilizes. You probably shouldn't be reading this. Oh no, my eye slipped. There you are. Sorry about that. I had a delivery come in unexpectedly. Girl, you didn't have to walk away so obviously from the book. I don't want you getting the wrong idea. What benefits the town benefits me, understand? Oh my god, he's kind of everything to me. On that note, let's get down to business. Alright. I take off my underwear and another pair of underwear is on. This is my business pair. If March kept leaving me love letters about his silver tools, I might change my mind. But for now, I had no idea who to romance. Trees I planted weeks ago finally started bearing fruit. And in games like these, I feel like I always forget about fruit trees, so the fact that I was growing any was kind of a big deal to me. They're always either too expensive or just the least important thing ever to me. I don't know if it's because this game or because I've grown as a person, but I don't know, I thought it was notable to mention either way. And I gave Juniper a birthday gift and she loved me for it, as she should, which meant another hard event. I require my test subject. That's me. Horsing around? Did you hear that, Ruin? We're gonna be horsing around. Nay. Suddenly I'm horsing around, Juniper. Sippy sippy. Dippy dippy. Glug glug glug. Oh! What the? Ruin and I are gonna ride in the fields together. We're gonna be like the beginning of Spirit. Ah, yes. Clearly the issue lies with you, Rin. Very funny. Now stop horsing around, Juniper. Well, at least your abysmal sense of humor is still intact. I love how Juniper is, like, not good at magic. Now, let's see. What are you... Oh my god, I'm so cute. Ring the bells, I hear the bells, I hear bells. When I hear the bells, oh, hear the bells. I will marry, Marge will watch, Nick will cry. Winter first came around faster than that one Beach Boys song, and the last month of this playthrough was here. I spent like half an hour choosing my outfits and changing farts a lot for the season because I was living my best gosh darn life. And I believe today was the day that the barn was officially up and running. Meaning, alpacas, capybaras. It was like walking into a Build-A-Bear as a child. The options were as endless as your parents' debit card. If only I could get paid for the aneurysms I went through seeing the winter outfits. Oh my god. She is so iconic. Oh, hot. Oh, hot. Please. What's better than mulled wine after coming in from the cold? I could think of two things. Winter was just slicing on by, and so was I. And the next day was the first snowfall of the season. It was magical. It was truly, utterly magical. What was more magical than that? Something I found in the mine. On top of the items I needed for the inn to upgrade, I found the roundest rock ever. so unnaturally round. I couldn't hold it forever even if I wanted to. The roundness in my hands felt like a kiss from a god, and yet I gave it up for the community. I knew Ulrich would love it. And perhaps my generosity was welcomed in more ways I could count, because I got a couch from my donation. A couch! And I got enough stuff to finish the inn. I just needed the money. So it was time to truthfully celebrate at another Friday night where Elsie was hosting a drama and romance-filled D&D game. Outside of the Friday night drama, there was still some extra drama and romance. Celine asked me to come over and give some insight as a farmer. Ha! That's gotta be the second cheapest way someone tried to get me in their house. Business meeting third, silver tools first. In other news, I reached my personal goal of buying my animals a seesaw and bounty ball to play with, and it absolutely destroyed me. It was stronger than Medusa's glare. Like I had to look away, it was so powerful. Adeline asked me to make a sword for the king. And she didn't ask March, the blacksmith in town? She asked me? Absolutely, I was willing to do that, if only for the fact that I could rub it in March's face while holding hands on a lesbian with him. But swords and lesbians were the least of my problems for now, because the animal festival was coming up. I had the chance to enter a large and small animal, but unfortunately, Rootin the horse could not be chosen. I guess they wanted Rootin to be miserable. No hat and no glory, only purple magic mist that smelt like a decaying body mummified with crap. I checked up on the competition, aka Hayden's prize-winning chicken Henrietta, who, by the way, I discovered was a Nepo baby chicken, a part of a long line of prize winners. I really had to up my game for the festival, but there was literally nothing to up my game with, so I peacocked for the pun-loving general store owner. Did somebody call for a beat? Boom booch boom booch boom booch boom booch boom boom booch 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 boom booch.
One eternity later.
Wow, 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 wow. Ooh, 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 ooh. You thought I was done. I know I would run and go.
Eventually.
A beat, beat, beat. You thought it was the only beat, but it's not because I got another beat. Everybody laughed. Everybody laughed except for the one who gets the joke and the one who wants to have a psychiatric evaluation. March was totally butthurt about a sword I donated to the museum. Wait till he heard about the sword I was making for the king. King money got me enough to pay for the inn's upgrade. I was hoping for some drink tokens or some coupons after the fix, but instead, they got some new cushions for the seats that I can't even sit on. Please let me sit, Fields of Mistria team, please. I know I'm wearing my underwear, but I swear they don't stink too bad. Okay, the cushions will be fine. The animal festival was finally here, and so was my underwear. I was terrified of this day, but then I found a saving grace. A seriously square stone. Oh, the way its squareness fit in my hands inspired me to buy a level 2 kitchen for my home, which I also loved. That I could buy a kitchen myself separate from the house upgrade. I was praying that this seriously square stone would grant me fortune, just as the ridiculously round rock did. I made my cows and chickens pageant ready, and we were on our way to the festival. Happy, happy, happy. Everybody's so happy. Everyone puts on smiling faces, and we go to the festival and we're all happy, and we're happy for the cameras.
I know it's dire my time today.
Welcome to the Animal Festival, Ren. Ulrich said it could count as his birthday present next month if I stood in the cutout. He knows me too well. He's still getting the rock he asked for anyway. Oh, look at everyone. Everyone's here. Everyone's here. I'm in my underwear. After careful consideration from our secret panel of impartial judges, our third place winner in the small animal bracket is... Go on, Slaughter. You can do it. I believe in you. I got that! I got third place!
I know it's dire my time today.
The winner of this year's Animal Festival's smallest animal bracket is Hayden's chicken Henrietta. Yeah, of course. Thank you all for waiting. Our secret judges had a tough time with all the outstanding entries in the large animal bracket this year. Now, in third place, I got third place again!
My lungs will fill and then deflate.
It was glorious to feel a victory such as this one. In the first year of the game, I was ecstatic. But after the victories, I realized not everything was as it seemed. And maybe, just maybe, I didn't deserve my win at all. Rocky, don't worry, little buddy. You did your best. Tell him he did great, March. You did great, Rocky. Does he have a rock that he put into the competition? Rocky! It was about time that I found an enemy in this game. This town was too sweet for my liking. In every game I played, I usually found someone to hate, to bully senselessly, to force under a microscope for my cruel words and crueler glances. And because of this, I finally found my Mistria town enemy, Henrietta. Besides being a newly appointed winner of the Animal Festival, I had visited the horse statue where I first was given Rinqueen, and I upgraded some of Rinqueen's abilities. One of those upgrades was something called Harvest Horse, and I'll let you see for yourself what that means. There was so much money in my pockets at this point with more to come. My latest goal was to upgrade my house finally and to spend it all at the Saturday market. And spend it I did. Toilet! You can buy a toilet! The toilet is as holy as Keldarsis himself. Money well spent if you ask me. And even more well spent, the house upgrade, which was a big problem. And I mean big problem. Too much space, not enough stuff. That has never been a problem with me in games as a pathological hoarder, but it was for me now. I spent way too much time decorating, wasting my day, floundering around and throwing furniture here and there. I managed to find time to run to the inn, and there, folks were taste testing dishes. March's rating on the dish was that it was okay, and Ulrich translated that, saying it meant he loved it. So if March said things like it's okay and actually loved it, did that mean that when he said hey or what's up to me, it actually meant I want to get married and know everything about you and smell your hair? What? I needed Ulrich as a translation coordinator whenever I talked to March. As a little treat, I bought myself a rabbit because they were so cute! I want to die, it's so cute, and I named it Poopsie, and I would do anything for Poopsie. And why stop at Poopsie? I bought a classic farming game animal, a sheep. Sheep never got old, especially when they were named Sweet Fart. And while at Hayden's getting my sheep, I paid my new enemy a visit. Henrietta cocks her head at you quizzically. Could she help you with something? Yeah, maybe back off next year on the Animal Festival. Back off for someone who really should win. And that someone's not me. It's Rocky. My threats weren't only for an unsuspecting Nepo chicken, but for the nasty enemies in the mines. I made it all the way to level 60 this time, which meant another mysterious stone tablet for me and Juniper to uncover the meaning of. It was midnight, with the moon over Mistria shining among the stars. Juniper and I hunched over the crayon drawing I bought her. This time I used the good crayon so she could really see the intricacies. And she discovered that, this time around, I would need something called a sealing scroll. Oh, what now? What is it doing on the ceiling? The only person who could maybe find this mysterious sealing scroll was the one and only Baylor. So now, past midnight, Juniper and I barged into the inn, picked Baylor's lock, and forced ourselves inside his room. Wakey wakey! Two girls walk into your room after midnight. One is a witch and the other one's wearing a bat fit. What do? A deal was made. We shook on it. This was happening. Waiting for Baylor to find his contact and tell me what he needed for the scroll, I harvest horsed it away and got some quests done. I learned that Holt, the general store pun-loving owner, was banned from Hayden's farm because his puns frightened the animals. It was only a matter of time before I was banned too. At least Holt had actual puns. All I had were half-hearted threats, a couple of things I falsely called jokes, and the same pair of underwear I had on since I first got here. But at least I had all silver tools now, shining in my backpack for all the town to see. And finally, Baylor got back to me on the sealing scroll lead, left another letter in my mailbox. And guess what? March requested some copper from me. He was so jealous again. The copper I requested. I didn't think you'd manage it. Thanks. Stop being mean to me. We're at like 6 hearts, but you can't be acting like this. Here's your payment. Did he give me a kiss on the head? No. Did I want one? Yes. Who else was mean to me? The lead Baylor had. Because I needed 10 freaking gems of every kind for this dumb scroll. Luckily, my hoarder tendencies were still around for this game because I had pretty much all of them saved up. But it was the principle of it, you know? It was the morals of asking for all of that. It was not classy at all, but I got it. The sealing scroll. The item that was so powerful, even Baylor warned me of it. His contact said to never open it, and Baylor even hesitated handing it over. I wonder what he thought I was using it for. Probably nothing good. But it was good! It was for the mines, for the whispering lady there, and for me to get more, ore to use and stuff in March's face. The final piece of the puzzle. The sealing scroll. Hero. Valiantly done. Valiantly? What? Whoa! A sealing scroll. No, it's a trap. Was it the wrong one? No. What? No. After all I went through to get it? Did Juniper set me up or did she just read it wrong? Quickly, you must flee or you will be sealed as well. No, you. What about you, priestess? Oh my.
Oh my god, help! Help me! I'm blue. I'm dead. Your body is growing heavy and your senses are fading. Help! Help! What is going on? Where am I? Help! Keldaris. Rin, I can hear your voice calling out in my mind. What has happened? He's gonna save me. The dragon that I barely speak to. That I only go to when I need something and I forget he's there half the time. Hurry, Rin. You must take action before it's too late. With the fire seal broken, I bestow upon you a new spell, Dragon's Breath. Use it now to destroy the sealing scroll. I'm alive! No, I'm not. I'm still dead. I do not have enough power, but it is the only way. He's gonna come save me? Oh my god, he's gonna come save me! Oh! Oh! Lord, Lord, take me my drug, and my baby, I'll use it for the rest of my life. I do not have much strength left. I must retreat to my temple within the deep woods. Use your new spell to clear the way and join me there? I couldn't believe this. I was in a haze. I had to see Keldaris immediately. Take a little sip of this water first. If I'm gonna have fire breath, I might as well drink now. Drink now or forever hold your peace. Here we go. I did it the wrong way. Oh my god. I thought I faced the other way and destroyed the forest. March was over there, barely saying 2 words to me. And when he did, it was an insult. Meanwhile, a literal dragon saved my life. And let me tell you, Keldaris' castle was nice. Oh my god, he's wearing his pajamas. He's wearing his robe. Do not look so worried. Taking this form, it was a small price to pay to ensure your safety. Did his heart go from blue to green to yellow in a matter of minutes? I literally did not talk to him for so long. And then all of a sudden, he loves me. After he saved my life. In all seriousness, March was gonna have to beg on his knees to get me back after this. How was I supposed to not go to Keldaris and slowly move my stuff into his castle while I nursed him back to health? How was I supposed to leave all that for a man who barely pushed out the words "what's up" without a grimace? I was dead set on going straight to Keldaris in the newly discovered deep woods. Look who decided to send me a letter after I'm saved by a dragon. March was gonna have to wait until I visited my dragon lover. I saw Ulrich on my adventures and he told me I looked lost. I bet he could tell I gave up on March for the time being. I was lost because I wasn't in line to be his sister-in-law. But you know what? Keldaris accepted me even when I was running around in my underwear. Maybe even preferred it. I checked out around the deep woods and found an old graveyard. And there, buried in overgrown land, were March's parents. Maybe I was too hard on him. Maybe March just had a hard time loving because of what he had lost. So I stopped by the carpenter where March and Rias were chatting, to give him another chance. When Rias arrived to town, he actually made things better for everyone. Something for you to think about. God! You're at a yellow heart and you're still being like this? Well, you know what? My dragon bestie / lover sort of maybe thinks you've got an attitude so rank that it keeps the town underdeveloped. Can't feel good, guy named after the 3rd month of the year. Hayden and Ulrich, though, thanked me for clearing out the path to the graveyard, something March could learn from. It was about time I bought myself a second barn and some new animals with all the money I had saved up. And even as accomplished as I was, even with visiting Keldaris and his mansion, I still wanted March's attention. It was nauseating, really. I spent my money to compensate and I went to get some quests from townsfolk. Iron ingot needed. Let's see how your blacksmithing is coming along. Bring me an iron ingot. Yes. I hate you! 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 I could do so much better. I have a literal dragon waiting for me at a temple. And yet, I am getting more gossip from Josephine because I need to know everything about this man. Jade and Olin? March and Ulrich's parents, rest their souls. Jade would craft all kinds of items for Olin to export. They would sell them on trips across the sea while Ulrich looked after little March. It was on one of those voyages that a storm struck suddenly. They never made it home. But I think they'd both be really proud of their boys if they were here today. I certainly am. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I hate this man! I use
used my anger to clear out some of my farm for the new medium barn I was getting ready to place, and I went over to Hayden's barn to help him out. Henrietta was having attitude problems, as if that was news. She had attitude problems in her family tree. But then, Hayden attributed the attitude problems to the time that she wouldn't let March sit in her seat at game night. And in that case, I was on her side. He fully deserved that. And for Friday night, the kids had been playing charades for a few weeks, trying to get each other to guess which townsfolk they were talking about. They described March as cool, which was wrong, but this time, they described the person very well. I'm so mysterious and everyone's obsessed with me. I'm always running out of money. Oh, it's like looking in a mirror. It's like my internal dialogue. I'm always passing out at 2 I'm always passing out at 2 a.m. because I don't go to sleep in time. Okay, well, guys, a lot of the times it's 1:50 I make it into bed. That's very lucky. You see, that's very lucky. It was only 2 days until the end of winter. Spring was in the air, despite the ground being as white as snow. All these days had gone by and it felt like I lived 1,000 lives in a year. Magic, love, disrespect, crops and animals, barns and coops. All I could do was keep going in a world that never stopped. Unless I logged out. So I finally settled my barn and I bought myself an alpaca named Alpuca. Tootin' Ranch had come so far and had so much further to go. On the last day of the year, I fed my chickens their own hard-boiled eggs. It's not weird or strange. I visited Caldaris knowing that while he was such a cool character and a dragon that was in love with me, my heart was still not pulled from the nuisance that March was. Maybe another year in this game would change that, but for now, I had to settle in the fact that anything could change, but some things never would. And there, I was ready for a new year in Mistria. As of right now, Fields of Mistria is still in early access, but I am confident it will only get better from here. The characters and the writing in this game are just so good, so fleshed out, and with heart events being capped at 6, marriage not an option, even more story to learn about. Woo! All I could say is this game is peak farming simulator. It is so full of love, and hopefully I will be too once the marriage update comes out. March, you watch your back. I will fix you even if it means turning down a dragon. Do not test me. I will get an A+.